Namaste, my dear friends, and today I want to share about an important topic, that the truth about microdosing Amanita Muscaria. Amanita Muscaria becomes more and more popular with every day, and we see for a lot of people who have absolutely no idea how to work with this medicine plant. And eventually they're sharing around advices from people who pretend to have the knowledge, but in many cases are just misinforming people, putting them at a risk of, well, let's say, not getting results and experiencing something which can create some damage to their mental and emotional system. Physical, luckily not. As Amanita, it's super healthy for the body, and it's almost impossible now to overdose it. But let's go step by step. So first of all, what Amanita is not? It's not a psychedelic trip. It has absolutely no psychedelic effect. Many people look at Amanita as it's magical mushrooms, and on one hand, it is truly magical, but it's not psychedelic. Such an interesting curve, yeah? Not psychedelic, but magical. Why magical? Because in big amounts if you eat, it's gonna be hallucinogenic. But that's a different topic about taking a lot of Amanita. It's a dangerous topic because in ancient times it was only used by the shamans. So that's why it came in our modern times, and also I did a lot of work in assisting creating a safe way of using Amanita through microdosing. Microdosing is the safest way for you to get reconnected with yourself and not to get any hallucinogenic effect, but on the opposite, to get very centered, very focused, and very grounded. It has absolutely no visual effects. It has no euphoria, when you're laughing, etc. But it can only occur if your soul is really feeling that inside. But what it truly does, it has very good effects on the nervous system, and eventually the nervous system relaxes more, but the perception of reality doesn't change. So if it calms down the nervous system, it reduces the level of anxiety and inner tensions, as eventually Amanita has inside of it muscimol, and it has the impact on the GABA receptors. So once the GABA receptors become more quiet, the reptilian brain, which always creates tension inside of our head, that's the second voice that is always blabbering, it becomes 15, 20 to up to 25 times more peaceful. And through that, inside of your head, you start to become yourself. You start to speak with the voice of your soul, you start to become clear, and you stop being distracted. Because the reptilian brain stops bombing you with those things which don't actually matter to you. And as a result, through that, people get a lot better sleep, emotional balance, and the nervous system gets regulated. So when you finally start to hear yourself and stop listening to the surrounding world, just one of the sudden you start to feel yourself much better, because you finally are dealing with the things that matter to you. And the only things that matter to you are the things happening inside of you, not outside. So another thing what Amanita Muscaria microdosing does, it reconnects you with your body. Your body, it's a way, it's your temple. Your body is the reflection where God lives. Soul, it's part of God. So your soul lives in your body. That means God lives inside of your body. God lives inside of your temple. As anywhere where we have God, He usually is present in temples. So your body needs to be a loving temple, which is clean, which is healthy, which is beautiful, and then the presence of God will be a lot more consistent inside of you, as the godly energy from which you're made can enter your body if you are not paying attention and taking care of yourself. So eventually, once people start to microdose, they start to see that they start to become very aware of their bodies and the things which are happening inside of me, because my body, my soul speaks through my body, with my consciousness, through my feelings, also through the physical pain and the things which are happening inside of me. And you literally start to notice the real physical sensations, breath, and the different tensions which are being released when you start to focus on yourself. Another interesting thing that happens with you when you start to microdose, that it helps you to increase your daily functions. You start to focus much more better. You get less distracted because the reptilian brain became more quiet. You start to make faster and clearer your decisions. You start to act upon them a lot faster. You become emotionally stable, so through that your sub-personalities or programs which usually take control of you get blocked, because you have enough of energy to be conscious and present. To be yourself and to be happy, you actually need a lot more energy rather than to be depressed and unconscious. It also much helps with overthinking, stress, and the compulsory habits which usually destroy you. So if you decide to start with the Amanita microdose, just know that go step by step. The first takeage I recommend to take, first of all, to use mostly only dry Amanita, not fresh Amanita. I highly recommend to use Amanita in dry powder form, as it has all of the healing elements. You can save it for a long time and it won't spoil. And when you dry Amanita, the botanic acid is also partly transformed, and you get a very good and a healthy way of consuming it. Some people prefer to make tea. It can be done, but if you have Amanita from Europe and Russia, you don't need no boiling with lemon. You can simply use the powder form and it will be super healthy, healing, and will bring you a lot of benefits. And start from 0.1 gram, look at the reaction, and then the average amount of for a person to microdose is 0.3 grams or half a gram in the morning and in the evening. And with every day it builds up inside of your system. Muscimol builds up on your GABA receptors, and you become more present, more conscious, and you start to express more what your soul is feeling inside. So it's important to use it regularly. You don't mix Amanita with other substances or alcohol. If you are on any prescription drugs, how I sometimes do with my clients is that they start to use Amanita parallel with their chemistry products. And then after 1-2 weeks, Amanita builds up in the system. You start to feel yourself strong. And then they start to lower down their chemical drugs, so then eventually to become fully free. The aim is not to use Amanita constantly, but to use Amanita so to let go of all the substances. A healthy person is the person that doesn't consume anything, as our body is a walking alchemistry library, which can generate anything what we need. All we need to do is to support it and to give it that power, energy, strength, requests, and focus what it needs to function fully. So that's why I inspire everybody to focus on being clean from any type of drugs and even any type of medicine plants. Use medicine plants to let go of chemical drugs, and eventually focus on being so happy and strong that you don't use anything from any type of substances to make you feel good and strong. So you may notice also an emotional release. Very often alt emotions can rise to the surface, or the feelings that you were suppressing inside of yourself. So usually in the first 1, 2, 3 weeks, people that start to microdose and they were keeping their mouth too shut, and they were allowing other people to break the borders too often, then you start to see that you start to stand up for yourself, and maybe your close ones or your boss or co-workers or your friends just one of the sudden start to feel that you're protecting yourself and you're not allowing them to push you or to distract you from the things which matter to you. And of course, this might be a surprise in the beginning for you, and sometimes people have suppressed for so long that when they express themselves, they might speak very sharp or sometimes even loud, which is not typical for them in their suppressed numb form. But that's totally okay. Give yourself space, give yourself time, allow yourself just to see what rises from the inside. And don't be surprised that if you were quiet for many years, that your mouth will want to share more than you usually do. Allow that to be. May your close ones really know how you're feeling inside, as only you can create the borders and the reality around yourself. If you don't tell other people how you feel and what you want, they will choose for you what you want, what you feel, and they will start to choose for you which reality you have to live and how you need to act. So for now, it's normal that things will rise up. You can express them, you can write them down, you can understand what is happening through inside of me. It's very important to be present and at the same time grounded at this shifts and period of transformation. So give yourself opportunity to live it through. And another important thing that Amanita Muscaria microdosing, I wouldn't say that it's for all of the people, even though that everybody can take it. But it's first of all, it's very effective for people who want to really make a change. For people who are ready to work upon themselves to change their reality, for people who really are tired of constantly consuming medications, or they're tired of trying to understand how this world works. If you have dedicated this a lot of time, well, then Amanita suits you. Then it just means that you're ready to take on the responsibility, your own power, to change your focus of your attention and your consciousness from the outer world and the inner world, and to work through everything which is inside of yourself. No matter how good or how horrible it is, it's all part of you. So transform it. Take care of yourself with love, and allow yourself to be yourself. And it's totally fine to be at moments happy, at moments angry. We're beautiful at both stands. The most important, stop suppressing the things inside of yourself and being numb. That is the thing which blocks life. Life doesn't happen if you're not living, if you're not allowing yourself to breathe, if you're not allowing yourself to express, if you're not allowing yourself to do the things that you want to do. So, and maybe a final interesting wisdom for everybody, that the best results with Amanita usually start to show themselves when you're not focusing on the effects about the presence of Amanita, but focusing on your life, focusing on your soul, focusing on the things that matter to you, analyzing what you want to create, every day making the focus on the actions which are guiding you there. And then you'll just see in 1, 2, 3 weeks, in 1 month, 2 months, that just one of the sudden, you just see that you're already living a new life with new thoughts, with new people around, new habits. With that, what you were doing before will be already part of your natural state of mind and actions. And then that means you did a great job, and the time has stopped to microdose and to move on. And you'll see the things that you have developed, the habits in your life that will stay with you. And the most important are your actions. So act wisely and you're going to get beautiful results. And to wrap up this, always remember, you're the magic. And you should always remember that anything what you choose, you can create. Just act upon it. So I hope that this breaks down and helps everybody to understand better about microdosing of Amanita Muscaria. And if you need high-end Amanita microdose, just down in the comment section or under the video. And if you feel you want to join a strong, interesting community, then follow the other link to our Telegram group. And if you feel that you want to have one-on-one session or join our spiritual club for high-end transformational work, then also check down. I'm very happy and very grateful for you finding the channel and having interest to such information. And may this be just another important part and step in your personal life discovery and the discovery of your inner soul and how this unbelievable magic that we call life truly works. Namaste, my darlings, and see you soon.